Hello, Team Prosperity Partners. Russell Peden here with just a quick video to talk about my favorite subject, and that's prospecting. Because prospecting is what it's all about. You know, we are in the business of building a fortune, building a team, building a business, an income that we can pass on to our kids, an income that will outlive us. I like to call it a walk away income. That's what my shirt is all about, walk away. But I want to talk about prospecting because that's what it's all about. Why prospecting? Because in the absence of talking to people, we call it prospecting. Almost, and the word prospecting, I believe, in our industry comes from the idea that, you know, you're like one of the old 49ers. You know, you're prospecting for gold. You got your little pan and you're scooping up some sand and dirt and you're shifting it out. You're trying to find those gold nuggets, and the more gold nuggets you find, the more it'll be worth. I mean, if you can take those little bits of gold, little pieces of gold, and a bunch of them put together, it can turn into a lot of money. So I think that's where prospecting comes to, because we're taking the people, we're figuring out which way we want to prospect, and we're trying to sift through and find those people who are going to be interested in taking a look at what we have to offer here at LegalShield, whether it's our membership or even our business opportunity. And as we prospect through and shuffle to try to find out who's interested in taking a look, and what we're going to find is some of those people who take a look are going to be interested in wanting to take advantage of our membership or take advantage of our opportunity and join us as business partners. And then as we shuffle through those who become business partners, we're going to find that not everyone who signs up and becomes an associate or business partner is actually going to do something. And then we're going to find out which one of those are going to become our workers, and then which one of those are going to become our leaders, and then which one of those are going to become our superstars. And ultimately, that's what we're looking for, is a handful of superstars on which we can build a big business and help them build a big business in the process. Maybe the advice for help them build a big business, and that'll help us build a big business is really what I wanted to say. So anyway, but here's the thing. Here are kind of the four, it used to be three, but the four major ways of prospecting in today's environment, in my opinion. The first and oldest, and in my opinion, one of the most effective ways of prospecting is what we call warm market. People that you know and people who know you. Talking to people that you know and the people who know you. And to me, that's always been one of my favorites, maybe because I'm just an old school network, because I believe that that's how this industry started. That's one of the things that's always going to be here, because it's a people business. Now, don't let me sway you. I'm just giving you, that's one way. The second way is what we call lukewarm. You know, you got warm market, then you got your lukewarm market. This is people that maybe that you don't know personally, but you know someone who knows them. It could be a friend of a friend, or maybe a member that signed up referred you to one of their friends or family members. That would be a lukewarm prospect, not someone you know personally, but also not a total stranger. We call that a lukewarm market. So that's another place in which you can focus on lukewarm. You know, getting referrals from people that you know, getting referrals from your members. Or however you want to do that. That's lukewarm. The third one is absolutely cold market. Cold market means you're talking to people who you don't know and who don't know you. And there's all kind of different ways of cold market, right? You can go out and talk to complete strangers about our membership and our business opportunity. You could buy leads. Essentially, people, you can buy a list of people that you don't know and who don't know you, who've either expressed an interest in our membership or expressed an interest, who have a legal issue, who might be a good process for our membership or on our business opportunity. Again, this is people that you don't know and don't know you. So that's another. So you can talk to complete strangers. You can buy leads and talk to complete strangers. You can run ads. You can have flyers, postcards. Basically, the idea is you're marketing to people who are cold, people who you don't know and they don't know you. That's what cold market's all about. And then in today's environment, we have this new category called social media, and which is kind of weird, because is it warm? Is it lukewarm? Is it cold? Because it's people that you know or have known in the past, right? On Facebook, for example, or LinkedIn, which is a professional, kind of a site for professional people on social media. So it's really just a matter of which one you're using. Most people are obviously on Facebook. I think it's 2 billion monthly active users on Facebook. So that's the largest social media platform. But then there's Instagram and LinkedIn, and they all have their own place in the social media world. You know, Facebook is kind of everybody and their friends and family and old college friends and old family members and stuff like that. You know, LinkedIn is more for professionals, people who have a professional job, or they work for someone else. Maybe they're looking for a career. These people are much more professionally oriented. And then Instagram, which is kind of the new thing for the millennials and the young kids. It's where they hang out, sharing things on Instagram. A lot of entertainment people have Instagram. And of course there's Twitter and stuff like that, but Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn are kind of the main three that you can use for prospecting, for memberships and business partners and associates in our business. So those are kind of the four major ways of prospecting. Now, I don't care which one you choose. It's entirely up to you. Now, if you want my opinion, I'll give you my opinion, but I think it's entirely up to you which one you want to use. But here's what I will tell you, that in order to have success in our business, you need to pick one of them and master it. And then if you want to go and try another one, that's fine, but pick one of them, master it, get good at it, figure out a system that works for you, and then move on to another. Maybe you'll start with friends and family, then you move into social media. Or maybe you'll start with social media, and then you move into cold market. Or maybe you'll start with cold market, and you'll move into lukewarm or warm market. I don't really care what you do. All I care is that you prospect someone. And why? Because prospecting is the name of the game. In the absence of talking to people about what we do, you're not going to sign anybody up. People aren't going to come knocking on your door because you signed your LegalShield associate agreement and became an associate. That's just not going to happen. You have to advertise, just like every other business has to market themselves. And, you know, the way we market ourselves is letting people know about our service, letting people know about our business opportunity. That's how we market. Now, it's up to you which one you want to use, but those are the four major areas. Again, warm market, lukewarm market, cold market, and social media. Now, I'm going to record a training on each one of these areas so that you can better understand what's entailed with each one of them. And then I'll maybe even put together a survey, try to get some idea of where most of the team wants to focus, because, you know, there's a lot of people who want to do one or the other, and they think that this one's better than the other. It's really just a matter of your own preference. And but again, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to tell you which one to go with. If you know me, then you know what my preference is, but I'm not trying to sway you. I just want you to pick one and master it, because here's why. Because, you know, we in LegalShield for years, we've had this this concept called the 2-a-day concept. Dave Savula, God rest his soul, is our #1 income earner for over 25 years. And he said 2 a day is the key to building a big business and building a multi-million-dollar business like he did. You know, 2 a day, what he meant was 2 presentations a day. 2 times a day, you're actually presenting LegalShield to 2 people every day. Now, that he meant presenting, sitting down in front of them or doing some sort of presentation. Today, we can send someone a presentation via video, via our LegalShield app. But again, 2 a day is the key. So I want to show you the power of the 2 a day. Just imagine for a second that you committed to exposing 2 new people a day to LegalShield. Now, I'm not talking about the membership or the opportunity you choose, which one you want to focus on, but just imagine if you just committed to 2 new exposures a day, 2 new exposures, not 2 of the same people you call over and over and over again, 2 brand new exposures a day. Now, let me define what an exposure is. An exposure is where you've talked with someone and they've agreed to review some information about our membership or our business opportunity. That's an exposure. Or someone who said, yes, I'll take a look at the information and let you know what I think. That's an exposure. Handing someone your business card is not an exposure. Handing someone a DVD necessarily isn't an exposure, especially if they didn't agree to look at it, you didn't get their information to contact them back. So you have to have their information, and you have to be able to give them, they have to agree to review some information, and you have to have their information because you have to be able to follow up with them to find out what they liked best about the information or resource that you gave or sent them. That's an exposure. So here's the power of the 2 a day. Do you know if you did that twice a day for just 5 days, I'm not talking about 6 or 7 days a whole week, just 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, you committed to just 2 new exposures a day. At the end of the week, you'd have 10 new people that you've exposed to LegalShield. Times that times 4.3, which is the average number of weeks in a month, that's 43 new prospects a month. 43 new prospects that you've exposed to the LegalShield membership or business opportunity in a month. Times that times 12, that's over 500. I think it's 516 to be exact. 516 new prospects for your, so you've advertised, marketed your business to over 516 people over the course of a year. And all you did was talk to 2 a day. 2 a day. That's why I call it the a day factor. 2 a day, guys. Now, so let's just say, you know, now what? So if we properly follow up with those people when we told them we would to find out what they like best, and then got them on a 3-way conference call with an expert who can answer their questions and either help close them out or move them to the next step in the exposure process, then we can expect probably to sign up 2 out of 10, 20%. That would be 100 memberships or 100 new associates that you personally would recruit into your business. But you're saying 100, that's crazy. Okay, let's just go with 10%. So instead of being a 20%, which is kind of the average, let's just say that you're not that good. Let's say you only are 10%. So out of your 516 exposures, you only end up enrolling 10%. In this case, that'd be 51, maybe 52 memberships, 51 or 52 new associates, depending upon what your focus is. Guys, do you know just the commissions alone on enrolling those 51 or 52 people for a plan would be over $6,000 in income for you. So if you want to earn $6,000 in 2018, talk to 2 people a day. And if you're horrible and only 1 out of 10 say yes, you'll make over $6,000 in extra income this year. Guaranteed. You can't be that bad not to do that. All right. Now, I know somebody say, well, I've never signed that many people up. I've been in LegalShield for 5 years. I understand. So you know me, I'll lower to whatever level of failure that you'd like. So let's say instead of 20%, instead of 10%, let's just say you're a 5%er, guys. That means 19 out of 20 people tell you, sorry, I'm not interested. That means instead of marketing 50 or recruiting 50 people, you'd only do half of that. That's 25, right? Or 26 people, depending upon how you look at it, guys. So that will be extra $3,000 in income for you just on enrolling those 25 or 26 people for the membership. Now, again, it depends upon what level you're at, but that's just at the senior associate level, about $3,000 in additional income just for doing 2 a day and enrolling 5% of the 516 people that you prospected over that 12-month period. Now, again, guys, I could drop this to 1%, whatever level, even at 1%, that's over $600 a year in extra income, and you'd have only 5 new members or 5 new business partners. I mean, you do that. You can put whatever number you want at. The point is, that's the power of the 2 a day. Even if you if 99% of your 516 prospects that you prospected at 2 a day for 12 months, if 99% of them said no, only 1% said yes, you'd still enroll 5 or 6 people. You still make $500 or $600 extra this year. How much did you make last year outside of your job? Probably not $500, and that's not a lot of money, but it's some money. And all you did was talk to 2 people a day. 2 people a day. You can do that. I guarantee you cannot be that bad to not be able to do that. So you say, well, where am I going to find 560 people? I don't know. You got to figure out, is it warm market? It could be, because the average person over the age of 30 knows 2,000 people on a first name basis. Could it be lukewarm market? Yeah, because if you know 2,000 people on a first name basis, guess what? Each one of them know 2,000 people on a first name basis if they're over the age of 30. Could it be cold market? Yes, there's an endless number of people out there who've never heard of our services or our opportunity in the cold market, total strangers. Social media, yeah, we know there's millions and millions of people on social media, that people that we know, people that we don't know, people that our friends know. I mean, social media is a whole nother animal, but there are plenty of people to talk to. And the question is, are you going to talk with them? Are you going to commit to just 2 exposures a day. Of course you can do that. I'm not asking you to do 2. And now here's the last part I am going to ask you to. I'm going to ask you, if you are willing to commit to 2 a day, to let me know. Text me, email me, find me on Facebook, or if you're in a group me with me, let me know there. And if you're part of a group me, then I want you to commit to your group me group that you're willing to do 2 a day. And then I want you to figure out some way of holding yourself accountable. You know, I don't have one on my desk because no one really uses them anymore, but remember the old calendars that we all had, you know, the flip calendars, you know, has all the days of the week. So here's what I want you to do. One way that you can keep track of your 2 a day is just committing that every day you're going to do 1 slash for for your 1 exposure and another slash for your second one. So if you have an X in today's date, that means you got your 2 a day. Tomorrow, another slash for your new prospect of the day, and another slash for your second one. So what you want to do is you want to get a little streak going of 2 prospects a day. The next day, 2 prospects, and now you've got 3 X's in your calendar. Now, I don't know if you use a calendar. If you do, great, then just make a little mark. And every time that you get your 2 a day, cross off one of those days with an X, 1 for each prospect that you got. And then see how many days in a row you can get a good streak going, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days or more. Hopefully it will become a habit for you, and then you'll have every day. And then those days where you don't do it, you'll feel bad because you've been so good about getting your 2 a day out that you're going to want to go out there and find somebody to talk to so you can put an X in that next day. Now, maybe you don't want to use the X functionality. Maybe because people don't use calendars anymore. Well, one way you can do it, and again, this is something you can send to me, post in your group, or post on our team Facebook page. But I would encourage you, you know, take a screenshot of your Prospect by LegalShield app. Right, here's mine. I don't know if you can't really see it much, right? I don't know if you can see my numbers, but I don't know if you can really see those. But anyway, take a screenshot of your Prospect by LegalShield app showing how many people you engaged, exposed this week, this month. This is a good place to, because obviously if you're going to be prospecting, you're going to be sending them some information probably from this app. So if you take a screenshot of your app every day that you get your 2 done, then obviously every day it'll be 2 more than the previous day. So this is one way of holding yourself accountable. Get your 2 a day, take a screenshot, and whether you have an iPhone, you have to hold down, depending on which one you have to hold down the home button and the power button. That'll automatically take a screenshot of your phone. But if you don't know how, ask someone, they'll show you how to do it. Google it, you'll find out how to do it. But take a screenshot of your phone, send it to me, email it to me, text it to me, send it to me on Facebook, post it on our Facebook page, Team Prosperity Partners Facebook page, or send it to your sponsor upline. But figure out a way to hold yourself accountable. Number 1, for accountability purposes, and number 2, just so you can get yourself on a good streak, whether it's the X's or the screen share shot, whatever it is. But you need some way of holding yourself accountable, so you know that, hey, I had a good day yesterday because I got my 2 out. And I had a good day today because I got my 2 today as well. It doesn't matter to me which way you prospect, warm market, lukewarm, cold market, social media, it's up to you. But I am going to do a training on each one of those over the next couple of days, so you will know. I'm going to do a really in-depth warm market training. I'm going to do a really in-depth lukewarm training, a really in-depth cold market training, and an in-depth social media training. Actually, I've already got we've got as a team several social media trainings out there. And one of them's obviously my Facebook 5-day crash course. We have we're rolling out a new LinkedIn social media program here in the coming weeks, in the next couple of weeks, that's going to blow your mind. If social media is something you want to do, and I believe it's just something you need to learn how to do, even if you don't want to do it, because it's just something we're going to be focusing on big time as a team going forward. But doesn't mean that's my favorite way of prospecting. It's just something I'm really excited about because I think many people will be able to benefit from it. So anyway, guys, hopefully this was a good training that you enjoyed, and hopefully it sparked something in you to say, you know what, I can do 2 a day. I guarantee you can do 2 a day. Anyone can do 2 a day if they want to. And if you do it, you can build a great business. Because look, even if you're only a 1% or 99% of your folks say no, all it takes, and you only end up with just 5 or 6 new associates or new members for the year, it only takes 1 associate. You're 1 recruit away from an explosion. one person I recruited, Ms. Diane Kleins, is responsible for over 50,000 associates that are part of my team. One person. Now, she didn't recruit 50,000 people, but because of her, nearly 50,000 people joined our team over the last 20 plus years. So you're just one person away from an explosion. So that's the power of the 2 a day. Imagine if you can do 2 a day and get 2 or 3 or 4 people on your team committed to doing 2 a day. Now you're going to have, what's the word I'm looking for? Multiplication in a huge way, because you're going to benefit from everything that they do as well. So anyway, guys, this is my training on prospecting. That's what it's all about. I look forward to talking to you on our Wednesday night team call. And please comment, like, share this video with people on your team, and so we can get this whole idea of the 2 a day going in a big way, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.